My mom was in a very abusive relationship, and it used to trickle down. And then for us as her children, there were people who never used to like us just because we are her children.
So one of the issues was the fact that she only bore girls?
Yeah, like we're only girls. Oh, there's no way this one can be normal. You cannot be a church official and behaving like this. And then the church actually comes and covers it up.
And I'm wondering, what kind of effect does it have on you at this point?
Yeah, just may actually tell someone, if it is not working, just leave. And if it happens the first time, it is, whatever boundary of yours that is being crossed the first time, it is going to happen again and again and again. Also, everything that could go wrong or could come out of the surface came out during that period when I had a child, and between the birth and the death of that child.
And what is Daisy going through at this point?
That one was very that one was very tough.
Welcome to Curveballs by Gigi. My name is Gladys Gashanja. It is always a pleasure to have you join us, and we see your feedback online, and it's amazing how many people have been able to reach out and say, I feel seen, I feel I have company, finally I'm not alone. It is so refreshing to know that people are going through life now. I'm not the one who is broken, and to me that is so encouraging, because that's the mission, why we're here, to ensure that we can have those conversations that are hard to have but necessary, so that we can also look inward, see what we can do to heal, and also those that walk with us can understand what to look out for, so that we can also be a village for each other. In short, tunasaidiana maishani. So hey, today we have another guest, and she reached out to me on IG. I asked a question and she reached out to me, and my heart just broke. And I thought to myself, my God, this takes courage to even say something this out loud. And you'll get to know her story in a moment. But she is a civil servant and a wife, a mother, and her specialty, she tells me, is in crisis management. But she's actually a trained lawyer. I'm talking about Daisy Wanjiru. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Nice to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you too.
I think we did a bit of chatting back and forth, and in my head I was like, if you were here, I would hug you. Yeah, so it was so nice to finally meet you. And trained lawyer, why did you get into or want to become a lawyer?
We had a very dramatic upbringing. So I used to say I'd be a lawyer so that I can actually help people in abusive relationships. And then growing up, you get to see that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, even emotionally.
Okay, so growing up, what was the experience like that would make you think, I need to get into a profession that can actually change my narrative and others?
I think do we say millennials? Yeah, because I think I am in that age group.
Last
millennials.
Okay.
Yes. There's a way our parents used to handle things. You see, when something happens to you, sweep it under the rug until my mom was in a very abusive relationship, and it used to trickle down. And then for us as her children, there were people who never used to like us just because we are her children.
Oh.
And it took her so long to get out of that relationship. But finally she did. I think she's thriving right now. Okay. I'm so happy for her.
Yeah.
But that was the basis as to why I went to take law.
Okay, so tell me this. You're growing up, how many siblings are you?
We grew up two siblings.
Yeah?
Yes.
All girls?
All girls.
Okay.
Yes.
And you say you grew up in an environment where people did not like the fact that you were her daughters. Are we talking about family members?
Yeah, family members, relatives. Like you could see it, they maybe treat you differently because you are her children, and then you girls. I think, she was the only one who, from my father's side, I think my father was the one who only had daughters. The others had daughters and sons.
Okay.
So, yes.
So one of the issues was the fact that she only bore girls?
Yeah, like we were only girls.
Okay, I still don't understand when people hold that against a woman. Biologically, it's actually a man who determines the
Yes.
sex of a child.
Yes.
Okay, so take me back to you growing up. Are you the firstborn?
No. I'm the last one.
You're the last one out of the two.
Yes.
Okay, and you're growing up seeing your dad being abusive to your mother, and by this time you mean physically?
Yes, physically, emotionally. Yes.
And trickling down, that means he actually used to lay his hands on you guys too.
Yes.
And in this case, what is the reasoning?
I don't know, anything small. Like you'd live on edge because you never knew. It could be you've dropped your marks by 2 marks, not even a lot, like 2 marks. Times it would just be anything. I think anything. It just depends on his mood. At times he would ignore. At times, so you don't know which side of the pendulum it would swing. Yes.
And being a child, for you to notice that it takes a while because there is an innocence a child has towards their parent.
Yes.
At what point did you realize, wait a minute, this is different. This should not be the case?
I think I was in class 2. Class 2, class 3, when my mom switched churches. She stopped going to the same church as my dad, so I started going to the same church as my mom. And that one of the reasons was because I had seen, I'm like, there's no way this one can be normal. You cannot be a church official and behaving like this. And then the church actually comes and covers it up.
So he was a church official?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And covering up looks like?
You're told, maybe, the woman is the one who has a problem, vumilia, you should try to please your husband.
You should understand.
You should understand. Try not to anger him. Women are supposed to behave like this. Yes.
Okay. So emotionally, when you say you were emotionally abused, what do you mean?
Well, like someone would tell you either you're useless or if you don't do this, he would marry you off to an old man. For context, I grew up in Kajiado. So, Kajiado used to have those...
early marriages.
Yes. Yes. So, if you didn't do something, like you'd get some to... we got snarly comments here and there. Yes.
Tell me, what's the worst that it ever got for you and your sister? Or even mom?
For my sister, I wouldn't know. But for me I think there's a time I looked at my mom and I was like, this one is going to die here. Because I could actually see it. I don't know how to explain it, but you can actually feel that if this one stays here, she will die. And for me, that was like, no. Because I remember I talked to her, I was like, I know, mom, now. This one, no. Because now we're already adults. I don't know. I'm not in support for it, but now you can only tell someone much. Yeah. The other one, okay. So
they have to make the choice.
Yes.
And at this point, when you're coming back to tell your mom, you're grown and gone?
Yeah, I was in campus. Yes, I was in campus.
And I'm wondering, what kind of effect does it have on you at this point? Because you don't grow up in such an environment and come out unscathed.
Yeah, you can't. You actually can't. I know my social life was a bit different because I think that's why I'm normally very introverted to date. I don't really trust easy, so I'll find it very difficult having long-term relationships or friendships with people. Not because they have a problem. It's just me.
It's your defense mechanism.
Yes. And but on the flip side, at least my sister and I are very close. Yeah, we're very, very close. Yes.
Okay, and you're saying mommy is thriving.
She's thriving.
So at what point did she uproot herself from these circumstances?
It was while I was in campus. After I had my first child, that was when now we were like, no. Yes, because I think also everything that could go wrong or could come out of the surface came out during that period when I had a child, and between the birth and the death of that child, everything that could come out, that was when I was like, no.
So both for yourself, for the family?
Yeah, actually also for my mother, so because I think things were said during that period, things were really said, and that is when I was like, by the way, these people, they will never like me. And we've gotten to this age in life where they don't like you, nothing is going to change. So,
And we're still talking about the relatives.
Yes.
Okay.
And then also, it's like if the relatives say something, because right now I'm a mother, I protect my children.
Of course.
So if you say something against my child, whether or not you're my brother or my sister, there is no way I am sitting there to sanitize what you're saying. It is there and then me and you. Yes.
So when she decided to leave, of course, everything came to the open. And those that were protecting the narrative now could see that things were not what they should have been.
Well, no, not really. Things, okay, up to date, I think things are more or less the same from one side of the family.
Okay.
Because I think even my mom's side of the family now, they were like, no. Because even my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, talked to her child, she was like, no, you cannot go back there again. Yes.
Okay. And your mom was the first wife?
Yes.
So
she was the first wife.
And married legally and everything?
Married legally in church. Yes.
I'm just trying to figure out where is all this vile coming from?
I have never understood. And I stopped wanting to understand because for me it doesn't make sense. And I think after I became a parent, now it did not make sense at all. At all. Yes, we do have those gender disappointments when when you're pregnant, maybe you want a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
And then it comes, but you see that one doesn't quantify anything. Yeah, because once the child is there, that child is yours. They didn't choose to be born.
Yeah. Now I see why you sought justice.
Yeah.
And justice for you looked like, let me do something that perhaps will protect others from such circumstances. So where did you train at?
University of Nairobi. Yes, and then I went to the Kenya School of Law. Yeah, the normal Kenyan system.
Yes.
Yeah.
And were you particularly inclined towards a certain specialty?
Actually, human rights and family law.
Look at that.
Yes.
It came all together.
Yeah.
Okay. And you told me you don't train in that though.
No. No. One, for family law, you need to have a very strong emotional, what is it called?
Threshold.
A buffer.
Yes.
Yeah, very strong emotional buffer because some of those cases are very heavy.
Yes, they are.
Very, very heavy. For human rights also, you need to also have a very, very strong mental space because I think that is the most difficult part of the law because you do so much and you're really not paid much. Human rights doesn't pay much. That one you just do it for the love of what you do.
Yeah.
At least family law, you can say at least you're being paid.
You can make a living.
Yes. But now for the other one, it's more or less like a service. Yes.
Okay, but what I'm hearing you say is that you need to be in a certain emotional space to be able to execute that kind of law. Are you saying you were not or don't feel like you were made for it? For that?
No, I think as time also progresses and as you heal your childhood wounds, now I think your personality can come into, your actual personality comes into place and then you're like, no, this is too much for me, so I can't go on with this. With this one. So now you start seeing what's a fit, and then also before now, I decided now to finish law. There's a place I was still in government in law. That was the most toxic place I had ever worked.
Toxic workplaces.
After 2 years there, I am done. So I went and saw one of my mentors. I told them, Mali imefika now. Even if we were saying we hold on, I really don't think I can hold on here. No.
Okay. And this was when you were doing your internship or that was even way after?
In Kenya School of Law, there's something called pupillage. So pupillage goes for 6 months and then the place can decide to retain you after or not. Yes. So it was now between the pupillage period and now that one after that 2 years. I was done. I was really done. Even when I was offered another job in litigation, I am not doing this. I was done.
Okay. So how did you end up in crisis management?
In 2017, I was in a campaign trail. And one of the guys there told me, have you ever thought of political communication because I think it comes in naturally for you. I was like, no, actually, I have never even heard of that. I knew the traditional journalism, either you're in media, you're in on TV, on radio, or print media, or maybe PR. I had never heard of political communication. So I was like, I'm not so sure about it. So he let me trail with him during the entire campaign period. I see if it's something that I can choose to follow instead of law, because I think he was the first one who told me, I don't know what you're doing in law school, but you can go back to school, do mass communication, and then take this line in political communication. So I used to find it I found it a bit interesting, but also I was not at that mental space in 2017 to make major decisions, because also going home and saying that you have gotten to 4th year and now you want to go back to 1st year.
Ooh.
That is a whole conversation because I had seen my elder sister had changed. She was in a certain campus, but in second year, so she went to another campus. And I saw the hell that was raised. So I was imagining, now me, I'm in 4th year. I'm saying I want to go back to 1st year. It's not, that one will not fly in that house. Yes.
Okay.
So I shelved it, and then during this pupillage period, even katikati, he would call me, tell me, there's something that I want you to go help me do. So you go do, because I'm too busy. Yeah, you go do it. So with that, that is just how I found myself. Now, I decided law is not for me. It will never be for me.
Okay.
So I just called him and told him, I think I'm ready to give this thing a chance.
All right.
And that is how I found myself here.
Okay.
Yeah, so now I think maybe in the next 2 years, I should transition even academically. I should have been able to transition even academically towards that side.
Yeah. Okay. But still working for government, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think this government was here to call you to work for it. Now, take me back to something that you mentioned, that in campus there were things that came out to the fore, things that you were dealing with on a personal level and on a family level. But even before campus, you mentioned when you were in high school that you were blind for a month.
Yes. Now, I was in Form 3. I used to be a very sickly child. Also, I think because I schooled in Nyeri, so that weather and my body was not agreeing. But transferring me also was not an option, because at least for that school, you could go home when you wanted to go home.
Yes.
So it's very difficult to find such. Now, even Kwanzaa then, it was very impossible to find a school that allows you to go home when you want to, when there's need to, because that school was like, instead of banning the school or disturbing us here, just do fill out a form, we call your parents, you go home. Yes. So, because I was sickly, and then I was on steroid medications throughout my high school, it affected my optic nerve. And then one day I wake up and I was seeing shadows, so that was like partial blindness. And then I went and told our deputy principal then, so they called home. And then by the time I was coming to Nairobi, I could not see anything, because I had to take a cab, that not pay a cab from Nyeri now to home at the door. I could not see anything. Yes.
By then you had moved from Kajiado, you were in Nairobi?
No.
You were still in Kajiado?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So tell me, you are blind, you're going back home where there is chaos. How is that news received?
Okay, now you see, first thing is your parents are shocked, because what do you mean you can't see? Yeah, what do you mean you can't see? So they take me to hospital, but now you see, you can still feel there's tension. Our house always had tension. It always had tension. So they take you to hospital, and then it became an issue. Who's going to stay home with me? My mom was doing business then. So, but my dad was like, he was running a company, but when you're running a company, that one is, because you have people who can work for you, so you can stay with them. So it was just normal. So we went and saw the late Dr. Kibata. So he was the one who went, prescribed a treatment regime, but he was saying that one is a 50-50. So it might come back, it might not come back. So we should prepare for either way.
So you could be permanently blind?
Yes. Yes. So now, 1 week after I started the treatment, still nothing is working. I remember my dad's sister came, and she came with papers for Thika School of the Blind.
Way.
So that was very funny because now my mom was like, no, we are not going to fill these papers. My mom is one of these people who have a remarkable faith. I don't understand her faith, but that woman has a level of faith that, okay, maybe when I grow up I'll have it.
And you will find perhaps this is what kept her going through all
And then
these years.
she sees the best in situations first before she starts seeing the worst.
There you go.
Yes. So she was like, no. My father's like, no, let's just feel, because you never know. My mom was like, no. So that one brought a very big issue. And, okay, I don't think I've ever liked that auntie. No, not even remotely. Because she was pushing and pushing and pushing. And then I was like, hey, no. Because even more I was feeling like, no, I should not feel this thing. Because she was saying if Thika School of the Blind is far, there's more complex. This one that is Timor, just behind Timor at that corner.
Yes.
Yeah, we can also go and check it out because you also have a disability. They have a part of disability at school. So my mom fought. She was like, no, not my child. So after now that week that the documents were brought, now the following week my eyesight started coming back slowly. So a whole month I was just home waiting for my eyesight to come back, pole. And then now you can't go back to school until they've confirmed that it is now back.
Yeah, totally back. So this time you're sitting there waiting between the 50-50 chance. What is going through your mind? What are you telling yourself? Because you're a young girl.
I was telling God, please let me not be blind because life is already difficult as it is. So that was the only thing that was going through my mind. Because I could see you can't do anything. And then okay, fun fact, when you lose your eyesight, your other senses, they are magnified.
Yes.
But now you have to learn you count steps, like here's a stool, here's a table, you count steps to the bedroom. I was like, hey, no, that's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot of work.
But it makes you think a lot about people who have to live with this reality and appreciate your own life, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
because I think up to date I have a very, very soft spot for people who are differently enabled. I have a very, very soft spot for them. Yeah.
So we went back to school and we finished, did well, got into law, University of Nairobi.
Yeah.
Then at that point, you're pursuing what you want to do, what you love, and life hits you again.
Yes, life hits you. I think, also because, I don't know, I think also because there are some conversations that I normally feel like parents need to have with their children. I think also because of that. Because also I understood my mom, maybe their conversation she would not have with us because of also her situation. So you just learn them on the go. Yeah, you just learn as things unfold.
And the thing is, you don't learn as a child because no one is explaining it to you. You find a defense mechanism to keep going through life. And that's why you were saying at some point you were really depressed and even suicidal.
Yes.
What was going on in that season?
Okay, when you get to campus, campus generally is difficult. I don't know if parents really appreciate how campus is very difficult. One, you're not, when you're in primary, in high school, when I had a problem, I would go tell my mom, 1, 2, 3, now you're in campus, you're adults, you already have an ID. And then you know how the situation is at home. And then also you come to campus and you have a lot of culture shock.
Yes.
First of all, you have classmates who their parents are there for them 100%. You're wondering, okay, do people choose parents for themselves? Yeah, because I remember one of my roommates, there's a day she called the dad. Not even the mom, the dad. I come there, I think I need family planning. And then I was looking at her.
Who are you telling that?
In disbelief, because one, I think our African culture, there are things that are hush-hush. Very hush hush. Yes. They will never be talked about. Yes. Even if it's your mom to your mom, they will not. It's a rumor. So I asked her, "What do you mean you're telling me that?" Yeah, he said, "If I ever feel like I am ready to be sexually active, I should tell him." I was shocked. Then she was like, "Okay, no, it's okay. You can come. It's okay. My dad doesn't mind." So we went. We saw some gyna in Aga Khan. She walked us through. She gave us like a whole comprehensive sexual education, including STIs, STDs, whatnot, everything. But then I was like, "Hey, you calling your dad to," and your dad is so calm about it. What for some of us, it's you cannot even think.
I know.
And then also, I think also that era that we grew up in, you see, at least for these days, you can, even when you walk in hospitals, you can see the reproductive needs there on the entrance. Maybe growing up, I don't think I remember any of those posters.
They were very few and far between, and in specific hospitals.
Yeah, in specific hospitals, because the very first time I saw sexual health video, there used to be the video that Raphael Tuju did some time back. I remember how
HIV.
that one, and then it was very graphic.
Hey, where? Yeah, it
Very,
made us
very
stay
graphic.
away, abstain.
Yes, that was the very first one that I watched, but I was in primary school. Nobody is explaining to you anything. They're just telling you, if a boy touches you, this is what happens. So the boy tells you, if you touch a girl, this is what happens to you.
Yeah.
That was that. So you grew up with this, let's call it fear of God. So there are questions that you can't even ask. Yes. So even when you're having an irregular cycle or anything, you don't even know if it's irregular or regular. You're just winging things.
Yes, and learning from your peers.
Yes.
Yeah. So take me back to you listening to this girl, clearly who has a good relationship with her dad. What are you thinking about yours?
No, actually, that's when I decided now to start therapy. So I started seeing our campus therapist then.
Okay, so why therapy at that point?
And because I wanted to understand if it is me the problem or there's a problem somewhere. Is it me who I don't know how to talk to my parents? Or, you just understand it. You want to understand if there's something that is off.
Okay, so by the time you're deciding to see the therapist, are you already in this deep hole of depression and suicidal thoughts?
Yes, and then that was the other thing. I used to wake up in the morning. I have no desire to do anything. And then I would, when you walk across a chemist, you're like, hey, or I go take meds, and then this one just issues like that. And then, because that girl was like, hey, have you ever thought of getting help? I was like, well, no, I've never thought about it. And then she was the very first person who told me there's actually something called therapy. I used to know about counseling Ilia Kanisa, but that one I had already cancelled it out because of how they used to treat my mom when she went there with problems. Like she's the problem. So I was like, no. Yeah, because I think also that one put a very big strain with me and the church. Because maybe when I got to campus, I was like, Mimi, don't tell me about church.
What? Talk about church wounds.
Yeah. And then when you go home, the first thing you're asked, uko see you? So you just look at them like, yes, niko see you.
So that the conversation dies there.
Yes.
But tell me, was there anything specific happening at that time for you to get to a point of thinking, I might as well exit?
Okay, I think here when you go to campus and then there's a lot of pressure, and then also at times it's a push and pull, like even paying school fees is a push and pull. Applying for help is not an option, because I know there's a way, because the time I had tried to apply for help, I don't know, there's how the system checks and sees your parents can be able to pay for your school fees, so we're not allocating you money. Yes. So I think even help needs to have a part there of your home, like when you have an estranged home, you can put it there so that they can factor you in. Because the system can show maybe your parents are well off, but they're not supporting you with ease. Yes.
So having undergone therapy, what did you learn about yourself and your circumstances?
A lot. That should be a conversation for another day. Yeah, but it was just, it's not normal. And it is not me. That's when I knew like maybe some of the habits that I had were either self-defense mechanisms or Yeah, basically that. But they're not normal, and it's not me to be faulted. It's just how life progressed.
Okay.
Yes.
And we say some of the habits, defense mechanism, perhaps to numb the pain
Yes.
and all that. What were some of the things? What's the worst you got?
Actually, no, I think I have just never like been comfortable around people. So, but that one had gotten to a point where, if you don't talk to me, I won't talk to you. Yes. So that conflict, it was, because I was like, no, what if I drop out? Or I go do medicine, be a lab tech. You know, lab techs, you don't need to talk to people, yeah?
All you need is specimen, the
Yes,
end.
specimen, yes, write a report, send it. So I was like, either I do lab tech or I go take forensic science. Also, forensic science, you don't need to talk to people, because I had gotten to a very dark hole of checking options where I don't need to be around people.
Okay.
Yes.
So therapy for you brought to the fore that all these things were you trying to numb and run away from the real issues.
Yes, because I think I even lost some friends because maybe we're not coping, and then also you see also in campus, even then everyone is having their own things they're struggling with. So there are also friendships that I lost, and it's because of, I think, the whole of that, because I was trying to understand myself. I'm trying to heal a lot of wounds, and then also as you're trying to heal a lot of wounds, some new ones are still happening at home. So that conflict, and then you sort something that you can go and tell someone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is happening. Because I always say, like, if my father walked in here, he would really actually charm everybody. You would not believe. You would really not believe. Like, even if you're told that this one does or does 1, 2, 3, 4, you will really not believe it.
Isn't that what they say about abusers? You will never tell when they're in public.
So you're here wondering now, you can't talk to anybody. And then his family obviously used to take his side because he would spend a lot of money on them. So them, they're not an option. So what happens is now it's my grandmother. I think that's why I think I'm very close with my grandmother up to date.
Mommy side or daddy
Yeah,
side?
mommy side.
Okay.
Yes, mommy side. Because it's her and her daughter and her children. Because I remember my grandmother, when I was in campus, she would let me go. I sleep at her place, and she doesn't tell anybody. Up to date, I don't think she would tell anyone that I was there. Mumenitafuta a whole 3 months. Mimi tu niko tu hapo na shasha.
She was your safe haven.
Yes. And for her, she would allow me to sleep. She'll tell me, if you want to sleep the whole day, baby, lala. Yes. If you want to wake up and go and walk end of time, it's okay.
She was your person.
Yes.
Okay. How is your relationship with your dad now that you're grown? Is there any?
Well, we talk when need be. Yes. When need be, we'll talk.
Have you ever been able or thought of bringing up this side of things for do you know what you did?
Yes, but that is a topic that is dead on arrival. Because of like, who me? No, I didn't do that. Yeah.
The gaslighting.
Yeah, or you're told, no, you should not be talking about those things. You should not be focusing on those things, Yes, so, yeah.
Still in Compass, 4th year. You got pregnant. You mentioned that.
Yeah, 4th year I got pregnant. Well, later on is when I actually understood even me being with that person was because, when you grow up with a gap in either your parents' love, either your mom or your dad, there's a way your system tries to compensate that. Because the guy was not so far from my father in behavior, but I never used to see that because my system was already familiar with this. So it was already normalized in the system. Yeah. So, okay, we normally say, one of my longest friends and I, we normally say that was, call them campaign babies.
Okay, campaign babies?
Yes. Yeah, because I got pregnant during that campaign period when I had been sent now to my home county now to do the youth campaigns there by the party that I was with them. Yes, so one thing led to another. I got pregnant, and then now the guy was not in the picture. It was, okay, how do you put it? It was a very complicated situation. Like, he wants to show people that he's in the picture, but he's not in the picture. Yes. Yes. So if he would see me with, and we're in public, he would come say hi, me, try to look like
You're
he
an
is.
item.
Yes. Yeah.
But in private,
In
things
private, even the messages I was getting, it took for me to talk to one of our party officials to get him actually to stop even calling me and texting me.
Wow.
Yes. And then now at that point was when now my mom had decided now to leave her marriage. So now there was just a lot going on at once.
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah. At that point, I'm glad now, and I don't know if this happened in hindsight. Did you see how the connections between who you ended up dating?
Yes.
And is that where the connection happened, or was it later?
It actually happened later when I was going through the postpartum grief counseling.
Yes, because
Yes.
you lost the baby.
Yes.
At what point during pregnancy?
No, at 1 month.
Oh,
Yes, at 1 month. See, normally you breastfeed, you bath, put the baby to sleep. That was like at 4 in the morning. At 8 in the morning, I'm like, no mtoto hajamka tena. Because normally you know how newborns are at that stage. Yeah. So even your body has acclimatized to after some time, anamka. So for babies, it's very weird. When they pass, they're still warm.
yeah.
But now you can't see the chest going up and you can't feel the breath. So now it's up to Coptic, the accident and emergency. So they try to resuscitate him so that he's not choked. He's not like nothing. They didn't even see how they try even to suck to see if there's either mucus or milk. Nothing. And then the father of the child anapigiwa simu kwanza. He was not picking. He was not picking, so we had to call the friend, another friend of his, tell him what has happened. And he comes. So that was like at 7 in the morning when we got to hospital. The guy comes at 1 o'clock, after lunch. Very unbothered.
And at this point, the child has already been declared dead.
Yes, actually, ata amepelekwa Mountain Zuma because the friend came actually earlier. He went to Kilimani police station because there's that document that you need from the police to get the body out of the hospital. So amepelekwa Mountain Zuma.
And what is Daisy going through at this point?
Well, let me just say, I don't even know what I was going through, but if my sister was not there on that day, I would not have, I don't think I'd have pulled through. Yeah, because my sister is the one who went, she called my friend, told my closest friends, and they came. So technically, my friends were the ones who, even during the, what's it called, Masha kind of, I was not even in the house. My friends were, what do you call, gallivanting me in Nairobi. Like, ninazunguka tu Nairobi. But that one was very, that one was very tough.
And this is how we actually got to connect, because you said, the question was, how do you get over something you never chose? How do you live with that reality? How did you handle the season, considering you already had so much on your shoulders from your childhood?
I think by then I had a very good support system outside my family, because even during that mashaka, even during the birth, you'd hear relatives saying, that child died because they were born out of wedlock, or what. There is nothing I did not hear. There is nothing I didn't hear. But that point, that was when I drew a line with relatives, because I think to date there are people who wonder why there are some family functions I don't bother. You see, I'm very unbothered, very very unbothered. I don't care. Like some of them I'd show up maybe because of my sister, to support my sister, but if it's not for her, I will not show up, because I think grief is like blindness. You are also heightened emotionally to be aware of what is going around you. You might not be able to talk about it or confront someone about it, but it stays with you. but it stays with you. Because I remember that's the same sister who had come to give the documents for Thika.
The auntie.
That one, she came. The same day my son has died, that day, the evening, they came with their husband. And when they were praying, in the prayer, they were saying, we hope that they will turn out to be like our children who are going to get children in marriages, so that these things don't follow them.
She's judging you in prayer.
And my father is seated there. Instead of confronting them, because my mom walked out. My mom didn't even wait for the amen, because what are you saying amen for? My mom walked out. To Mimi, I was wondering now, why wouldn't you stop your sister from saying something like that? So for me, Mimi, I tell people, there are things you can judge me for, but miss me with that. I will not be part of it.
Daisy, how did you find the strength to put one foot after the other after only knowing your child? Was it a boy or girl?
A boy.
What was his name?
Marcel.
Huh?
Marcel.
Marcel.
Yes.
How did you gather the strength to move on from that?
I think I had a very strong support system. Because the 2 months after that, I had friends who made sure I was not in Nairobi. For one reason or another, I was just not in Nairobi. And then, because then there's an NGO I was working for in Upper Hill. My boss put me, because I had told him I wanted to quit. But my boss then, he told me, don't quit yet. Don't make decisions when you're in grief. So he just put me on a salary. Akaniambia, even if it's going to take you 6 months, you go. If after 6 months, you'll still not want to do this, it's okay. We'll have a discussion then. But for now, just go.
Oh, bless his soul. What was the most difficult thing about this season?
I think it was, I don't even know, but also seeing how, I'd expect that people have empathy. Empathy, like when you're going through some things, have empathy. But now, that one, when you see, okay, before that you can say, you know what, these guys don't like me. But now, seeing that level of hatred and dislike, now coming out like that one really hit home. Really, really hit home. And I think after that, even when my mom said she wanted to leave, I was like, whatever you decide to do, I am with you 100%.
Yeah.
We will figure things out. Ukombele. Things will just figure themselves out ukombele. But now, at that point, I was like, even Mimi, I am done. And from then, when that season ended, I think I used to go see, I think it took me like 2 to 3 years to go back home to see my father. After that, maybe once a year. And that's because, as you just sit down and see now, because maybe especially now after I got now my rainbow baby after that, and he was of age, I was like, okay, it's good that maybe once in a while he sees the grandfather, but it's always supervised. I cannot leave him with him. I cannot leave him with my children. It's always supervised. I have to be there. Because for me, it has taken me a lot, even in my parenting, not to shout. And toddlers will push you.
Hey, they will test you. Oh, they'll test the Jesus in you.
Oh, you have a boy. So as we know, boys, they know how to. They push well. They push better than girls. Yeah, but so at times, yes, you'll lose it, but I catch myself. Like now, my son will come and tell you, Mommy, you're shouting. I don't like you shouting. Can you say sorry? So for me, that is undoing a lot of years of parenting, because maybe I couldn't go and tell my parents, hey, you're shouting at me. Yeah. Or you'll tell me, Mommy, you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling sad because you're doing 1, 2, 3. And we talk. Oh, wow. Yes. Before I think I could chapa, but now if you're taking someone who the first instinct is shouting at them. Because I always say that because I think with experience with my mom, I've gotten to know that if you don't like the mother of the child, there is no way that you will like that child. It will never happen. So if someone doesn't like me as a person, you have no business having a relationship with my child, because it's going to cascade down one way or another, even subconsciously. Because you can't say that you love my children because they're boys and you don't like the mother. It doesn't resonate well, but also it helps me to be very, very protective of my children. Yes. I think my children are one of the reasons why I would get into a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Where the lioness arises.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me this. They prayed that you have children in marriages, and marriage did actually happen for you.
Yeah, but it actually happened after my rainbow baby was like at 2 years.
Oh.
Because I got to I met a very good guy who was very understanding. I tell him that Mimi, when it comes to marriage, this is how my parents' marriage was, and for me, I have never seen myself in that setup. But I wanted someone who was mature enough to parent a child with. Yeah. Yes, not say a child with, but parent a child with. So I used to check when a guy approaches me. I'd check, I'd see and observe what are your values, because also what people say and what they do.
Oh yeah, don't we know that?
Very, very different. So I was very, very observant. Yes. So after my rainbow baby was 2.5 years, I was like, okay, fine, we can get married, but also I don't want something very elaborate because I don't like people.
Still an introvert.
Yes.
Still an introvert.
Yes. And then also you check, you're inviting 150 people who don't even like you. Why? Yeah, why?
Many years later, 2 children,
Yes.
happily married,
Yes.
doing a job you love, with everything having happened. Who is Daisy today?
She's slightly less introverted. She's softer. I think people who knew me in my earlier years did not experience a certain softness. And then she's more aware. She's more aware, even situationally aware. I can be saying something, or I want to say something to someone, and I catch myself. Because at times it's not what you want to say, but how you say it that actually makes a difference. Yeah. And actually I've been more accountable for my actions. I even apologize, not only to my children, like even to friends, because I say even in your daily life, there are people who you cross with, you cross paths with, and it's not, you will not be 100%, conflict will happen.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not 100% rosy, conflict will happen. And I'll be like, I need to check myself, yeah.
Wow. It takes a lot of self-awareness to do that.
Yes, it does.
Oh, wow. I can hear the work you've put in to actually turn around things for yourself and your loved ones.
It's still a work in progress, but yeah, I can tell that maybe a lot of progress has been made. Yeah, and I can also tell that this one is not working for me, it's not working for me. Like even jobs, nannies, if you come and it's not working, I'll be like, no, I'm not doing this. Yes.
Okay. And having survived it all, and here today to say it can get better, what would you tell your younger self to seek, to hold on to, and to be wary of?
Actually, I tell her to have therapy earlier, and to also, my younger self would actually tell my mom that it was okay to leave when it was very early. Because I also think that by her holding on to that relationship also formed how our earlier relationships as adults with other people turned out. Yes.
It's interesting that you say that, because at times parents stay for the sake of the children, yet the children grow up and ask them, why did you stay? You should have left.
Yes. Yeah, I actually tell someone, if it is not working, just leave. And if it happens the first time, it is whatever it is, whatever boundary of yours that is being crossed the first time, it is going to happen again and again and again. So if you're leaving, just leave early. It's easier to heal earlier on than later on when you've dragged. Because you see now, if you stay and you have children, there's your wounds, there's your children wounds that will have to heal. But you see, if you put that, it's not easy. And I'll tell people, living is not easy and staying is not easy. You choose your hard.
Well said. What would you ask her to hold on to?
Hold on to hope. Not funny enough, hold on to hope, and to hold on to her sixth sense. If it is for something, it's for something. Yes. If it's not for something, it's not for something.
Yeah.
Yes. And to also hold on to what's best for her and not what looks best to people out there. Sana that one. Because when you grow up with people like Mkiu Konje, they want to show you you're a perfect family and everything. It actually affects you because you want people to always know you at your best.
Yes.
At your best, even when you're not at your best. So at times you'll find yourself even paying black tax because people already used to you being at your best. But it is not what is okay for you. Yes.
You're dying inside.
Yes.
I'm so glad we met, Daisy. And if no one has ever told you, you exude healing.
Oh, thank you. Okay, no one has ever told me that.
There's the pain, I can hear it in your story, but you've come so far to be so articulate about your struggles and how you're intentional about doing better for yourself and your children. So pat yourself on the back. So nice to have had you here, and I'm sure this will encourage so many people because this is a reality for many of us, and it's difficult, especially when it has to do with parents and you were never given a choice as to who should parent you. So again, thank you for sharing your story with us.
No, thank you for having me.
Daisy Wanjiru was our guest today, and I think she emphasizes what Curveballs by Gigi is about. We all walk around doing things, doing life, going about life, carrying a mask because you've got to make it, but there are crosses you're carrying that just drag you behind or drag you down. And until you awaken to the fact that you've got to look within, deal with it, I guess even my earring has decided to do that. But the point here is we need to do better for ourselves and to do better for others. And the best way to start is to actually start having the right conversation. So again, thank you. So we'll see you soon.